Hello, welcome to my first installment of a Kickstarter vlog. I'm going to give you a video that's a little bit more authentic and a little bit less polished than some video content you might be able to find on Kickstarter and other crowdfunding platforms, maybe. I'm not the world's best social media user, but I am a pretty good board game maker. Okay, so I've been reading the comments that you've been giving me on my Kickstarter. That's been a lot of fun. This has been really interesting to interact with how the campaign is perceived, and I'm trying to get out of my head of seeing so many hundreds and hundreds of play tests and speak to people who have never played. So the first thing I want to say about the game is that it is deceptively simple. The rules are really short. This is a design goal. I personally, I played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons when I was in high school. Loved it. I actually wrote a couple of articles for Dragon Magazine when I was at college. But when I play a board game, I don't tend to love tons and tons of rules. And I felt like maybe it was possible to have a lot. I was trying to make this ratio of most complexity for the least number of rules. So I'm going to find my my rules page here and just show it to you. I wanted to see if you could make like a sandbox RPG game with only one page of rules. So there it is. This big paragraph here, that's the setup. That's the play. Doesn't seem to make any sense, right? The battle rules are on the back, 4 steps, big font, lots of white space, big margins. The secret is that you ramp in the complexity with the cards and with the macro decisions about where to go and what to do on the board. This is the legend for the board. There we go. It's just double-sided. And by the way, this is all stiff UV coated like 3/8 inch board. And what I just showed you there, those 2 pages plus a double-sided example setup and example round of battle page, that's it. That's your rule book. That's your pamphlet. So I'm thinking that this is a big selling point, something I'm proud of, something that I was going for. Pretty big font, lots of white space, not a lot of crumpled pamphlet magazine paper. This is what I think is good. This is what I want out of a game, so that's what I'm giving. I think I might have lost my place there, but basically I wanted something that was easy to start. Everyone sucks at every game they play for the first time. So why make you read 20, 30 minutes of rules? You can be up and playing in 5-10 minutes, depending on how much you're joking around when you set up. That's the flip side of the coin, of saying that the game takes a couple of games to realize its depth. It's deceptively simple. That was my thesis there coming into the beginning of this verbal paragraph. I wanted that. I wanted you to feel like you had it covered, you had a grasp of it, you're good to go, you figured it out, and then the next time you play, you go, wait a second, I just lost when I was pretty sure I was going to win. I think I see why. I want to try. I've got an idea about how I want to play a little bit differently next time. So that's what I'm going for. I'm going fast to start, but always a little bit more depth. Always feeling like you basically have got it figured out, but always wanting to try something new. And every time you play, you get something a little bit different out of it. Okay, something else I wanted to bring up. Unpolished. This is going to be slightly disorganized. I don't have a PowerPoint presentation for you giving you the agenda of what I'm going to say before I say it, but what I'm saying is inspired by the engagement that I've had from my initial backers, which I thank so much, because the initial backers form the support of the board game, shows everybody else who's interested in it that other people are interested in it, to be confident in it, that we're going to reach our goals, and hopefully convert a lot of our followers into getting stretch goals in the middle or the end of the campaign. So one thing I wanted to talk about were fate cards. fate cards are wonky. Okay, there's a huge spread of things that can happen with fate cards. This is something that I love and that players love, but that when you're not playing the game, might make you afraid. Is random bad in games? How much luck is good? Do you want to play chess? Or do you want to play something that you don't have to beat your brains out to win? Do you want to just play a dice game? Something in between? So the design philosophy behind this surrounds the question, what's the place of strategy? What's the relationship between luck and thought, or luck and thoughtfulness? So here's my design philosophy on that. There should be enough luck. I design games, I play a lot of D&D. I've won a lot of games, and honestly, it comes from my personal experience of not wanting to play with my sister, my mother, my girlfriend, what have you. They're not someone who has played so much D&D they've written for Dragon Magazine. I'm just gonna rickroll them. I'm gonna trample them at a lot of games out there because I'm so used to rules. So I need enough luck that I can lose. But I need enough coherent capacity for strategy that I can be entertained by improving my odds. So maybe two people who've never played before, equally matched, it's 50-50 who will win if it's one-on-one, two people. Maybe if I have all of this experience, I can increase my odds, but how much should I increase it? Should I increase it from 50 to 100%? Then I might as well play chess. Let's say I increase my chances from 50 to 70%, if I really get the details. And then maybe if I played a couple times, I can increase that to 75% against a full-time player. A full-time player, what do I mean to say? A first-time player. When should that max out? Maybe 90%? So I need the game to be more about a story unfolding than it is about which one of us beat our brains out the most and focused the hardest and studied the most. I tutored chess when I was younger, so that's my mode. Like, chess is fun for some people, and chess can be fun for me, but it's not always what I want, and it's not what I wanted out of Glory. I wanted strategy, but I wanted a story more. And fate is part of that. The whims of fate. You're losing, you cannot win, and then the guy who's winning gets a run of bad luck, and you're like, hey, that's the way it goes. That's life. That's life in the world of Glory. Okay, so I'm into board game design, so I could go on and on forever. I plan to do a couple more of these. I'm going to post this one on the campaign page. In the future, I think I'll just post them in updates. I think you can do that. So I'm going to end off just by emphasizing that I'm going to talk a bit about how I think Glory creates a story, and especially climaxes and epic endings, by working with player elimination. Mechanic, it's possible to eliminate yourself from the game. It's not possible for anyone to eliminate you from the game. Why that scares a lot of players, and what Glory has done to really harness the emotional potential of player elimination near the end of the game to make it feel like a rush and under your own control, instead of something like Monopoly, where it's just something that happens to you and it feels like I'm trying to think of the clean word to say. Feels crummy. So I just want to finish this, going for a 10-minute video to say something about myself. I wanted to say that my background is, Dungeons and Dragons, good at magic cards when I was at a certain chapter of my life. I got a background, I've taken education in philosophy, so in a future video I can talk about how my aims in this game actually have to do with the philosophy that I studied. That's a bit of a deep dive. It'll definitely be in an update, not on the campaign page. But I'll try to make it entertaining. I think I can. What else do I say about myself? I can't think of anything else to say that's interesting about myself, so I'll just show you what the Golem card looks like. Show that it's this UV coated thing that you write on, and that's supposed to be a big feature of the game. I actually think that we're priced very well for this feature. See, I wrote the word awesome there. You track your glory with actual, whatever, scribbling stuff in, and same with your HP, down to 5 HP. That's really exciting. And then the back is kind of blank. And a lot of people write their quest goals there so other people can't see them because that's a secret part of the game. But let's call that a day here. I was going to show you some cards in that. Authentic, not polished. There's an example goods card. Example battle card. Here's the card backs. I think they're super cool. Here's a example fate card. All of the fate cards are like landscapes. They're supposed to be sort of like the stuff that happens to you while you're traveling on a path, although it's not explicit. That's the art concept. Battle layer card. These are like bosses. Pretty happy with the card backs. Quests. I can show you some more in future videos, show you the box, the board, show you that it's real. This isn't pie in the sky. It's not an idea in my mind. But let's call that good. If this is terrible and it's just boring, let me know. But if it's interesting, I'll do some more of these, and it's fun for me. So thank you very much. If you've watched all the way to this 12-minute video, thank you very much. Even though you can't hear me saying it, if you only watched a couple minutes of it, help me explain where I'm coming from in making this game, and try to make you feel comfortable with joining the pledging backing community if you're following or if you're looking, and if you already are a backer, maybe it's fun for you to hear more about what the design process or design philosophy is. Thank you very much.